Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the joint SDG Fund has become an important instrument for UN country teams and resident coordinators to accelerate the implementation of the 2030 Agenda. The Fund is a great example of joined-up, integrated action by the United Nations. 24 UN entities are working together in over 100 countries to eradicate poverty, reduce inequalities and exclusion, and accelerate progress across the Sustainable Development Goals. We do this through 125 joint programs that address key areas like social protection, unlocking private and public capital to advance the SDGs, or boosting the resilience of small island developing states. Indeed, joint programs by the SDG Fund are currently improving the lives of more than 5.4 million people. On behalf of the United Nations Development Programme, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to current and past donors for their invaluable support to the Fund. Let me also take this opportunity to invite new member states to become part of the Fund at this critical moment for people and planet. With your co-investment in the future, the joint SDG Fund can become a transformational instrument for the United Nations and the countries we serve as it helps the world to achieve the global goals. Thank you.
UNFPA is a proud partner of the joint SDG Fund. Through flexible financing that aligns with local needs and priorities, the Fund is making a difference on the ground where it counts. It has played a catalytic role in fostering new ideas, new solutions, and new partnerships, opening up avenues to transform the lives of those furthest behind. A great example is in Kenya, where the Fund was a key driver in the partnership to expand the world's first adolescent sexual and reproductive health impact bond, financing innovations that are helping young Kenyans avoid unwanted pregnancy and to gain control of their health. The joint SDG Fund has been instrumental in pooling our strengths from across the United Nations system and co-creating pathways to close the financing gap and achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. The Fund is central to the United Nations Reform Toolkit and to our collective efforts to leave no one behind, helping us to ensure a more prosperous future for all.
The Joint Sustainable Development Fund has had a very positive impact on the UN development system reform, allowing UN country teams to act in a coordinated manner and respond to the Leave No One Behind agenda. Since the inception of the fund, UNICEF has been an active member, providing strategic policy, programmatic, and operational guidance. The fund brings innovations through private sector engagement. It provides seed money that operates well with government ownerships and allows UN country teams to find pathways for a greater impact towards achieving the SDGs. The SDG Fund's support to UNICEF in over 30 countries has helped us bring in catalytic change to social protection systems for children, making these systems more universal, inclusive, gender-responsive, and transformative. Under the SDG financing component, UNICEF has scaled up our work on public finance in 43 countries. This has enabled us to develop integrated national financing frameworks and COVID-19 recovery plans. It has also helped us direct more finance towards key SDGs for children and link budget resources to better performance and child outcomes. And in some countries, it has facilitated developing catalytic municipal SDG bonds as a new source of SDG financing at the local level. It is critical for us to support the fund's initiatives that provide pathways for a greater impact towards achieving Sustainable Development Goals.
Excellencies, dear ladies and gentlemen, the world is not on track to achieve the SDGs. Food insecurity is soaring where conflict, economic shocks, natural hazards, political instability, and limited humanitarian access prevail. In 2022, acute hunger remains a concern as 276 million people are estimated to be acutely food insecure. Our engagement in these fragile contexts should prioritize prevention, promote development when possible, while undertaking humanitarian action when necessary. The SDG Fund supports this by allowing WFP to invest in longer-term, sustainable solutions. Jointly with our sister agencies, we can leverage the unique SDG expertise and comparative advantages to support national governments in setting their own priorities for the 2030 Agenda, supporting them to deliver tangible results for their people. Thank you very much for your support to change lives.
Joint SDG Fund is a pillar of the UN process. It is also an important tool for improving progress towards sustainable development goals. The fund has helped the UN system leverage its full potential by encouraging collaboration, improving efficiency, and making the most comparative advantage of each agency. It has increased awareness of the importance of social protection in development, including among the UN resident coordinators. And, crucially, it has increased the impact at the country and grassroots level. Strengthening social protection for the most vulnerable is vital if we are to build a more sustainable future that leaves no one behind. We at the ILO have particularly valued the fund's support for our social protection work, which covers 35 countries. Joint programs on social protection and jobs support all the SDGs. On behalf of the ILO, I would like to thank the donors for their support for the Joint SDG Fund. I'm looking forward hearing more about how we can scale up tested solutions.